This is Professor Jameson. Welcome to week 5 of Legal Research and Writing. This week I will be reviewing your transmittal letters and giving you feedback on that. And then we will draft a client opinion letter. Okay. Unfortunately, I really don't have a good real one that I've done to give you as an example because in my practice, rarely did I do them. And so the one in the book in your chapter is the one I'm going to go over and kind of use as an example. Instructions for this assignment are already posted. If you have any questions, email me. Okay, you are going to have to do a little bit of legal research in this product. It should not be that difficult. The difficult part is going to be finding the actual appropriate statutes for each part of the law that you cite. Okay, a lot of times when we send letters to clients, we don't necessarily always put the statutes or the laws in there or the case that we're following. But I want you to do it in this case. It lets the client know that we're kind of just not making things up, that there actually is some basis in the law for what we're saying. Like I said, I didn't do a lot of client opinion letters. I mostly did most of my stuff over the phone. Here, okay, let's talk a little bit about the client opinion letter itself. First of all, why do we write them? A lot of times a client might have a question and they want an answer. Okay, and if we don't know the answer, maybe we'll want to do some legal research ourselves and prepare a legal research memo that we could file away. And that's the normal way we would do it in a big firm. We would have a law clerk go out, do the legal research, prepare a legal research memo, and then the attorney probably handling the case would go ahead and use that memo to actually write the client opinion letter itself. But the tone of the two are the same, which is objective. Okay, we're going to tell it the way it is. We're not going to put a spin on it. Okay, it doesn't do our client any service to sugarcoat what our answer might be, whether it's good or whether it's bad. The heading for the client opinion letter will be exactly similar to the transmittal letter that you did last week. Okay, we're going to have the firm letterhead at the top. We're going to have an address block flush left to the person we're sending it to, and then we're going to have a re section. And your re section in this particular letter can be re-service a process on your husband, whatever it might be. Okay, then we're going to have a if we've got a case already filed, like I put in this fact situation, we'd put a number, Kern County Superior Court action number, whatever. You can make that up. And then we're going to have a salutation, which is normally going to be Dear Joan. Okay, I didn't give Joan a last name, so you can just put Smith or, I don't know, whatever you want. The opening paragraph of the client opinion letter would just normally go over what you intend to cover. It just needs to be very brief. Okay, something like this letter will describe the various ways of service of process on an out-of-state resident, whatever it might be. That's fine. Okay, then we will have a statement of facts. Okay, the statement of facts, you can pretty much just use what I've put down in the instructions. You can make it more detailed if you want. That's fine. But the reason we put the statement of facts in there is there's no dispute between the client and the attorney as to what the facts are. The client can read that and they say, no, 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 that's not what happened, or that's not what it is, and this is what it is. And a small change in a fact can change a whole case. Okay, that's why lawyers are lawyers and other people aren't, because they don't understand that the significance of a particular fact. Okay, so it could make a huge difference. So we always state what we're basing our opinion on, which is this fact set. The book next suggests an answer section. Okay, I would actually probably put an issue section there. For example, the issue in this case is how can a California resident effectuate service process on an out-of-state resident? Okay, or something like that. Yeah, I kind of gave you the issue there. So those of you that are actually taking the time to read this, will have a little head start. I put an issue because, remember, I talked about IRAC, okay? Facts, which is facts first. Issue, rule, application, conclusion. Okay, that's the way we normally do things. But clients, you don't necessarily have to do that. But in the explanation section, what you need to do is the A analysis of the law. Okay, so we're doing the rule and the analysis, the R and the A of the IRAC. Okay, so first of all, what I would do in this particular case is I would lay out what the law is. For example, this is one way to affect service of process on your husband in Texas. And then apply it to the facts. Okay, we can do this. Or we can do this if, for example, if we could find him, whatever it might be. Okay, then go on to the next way to effectuate service of process. And then apply it to the facts. Right, so these are all things that you can do that will help you. Okay, the one thing I absolutely want you to do when you do this memo, although we might not do it in a real client opinion letter, is cite your authority. Your authority is the law on which you're basing a statement. For example, one way you can effectuate service of process is by personally serving somebody. Okay, how do I know that? Well, I've been practicing law for freaking 20 years, and the first case we study in civil procedure is Pennoyer versus Neff. La-di-dee, la-di-da. Okay, but the client doesn't know that. Okay, how am I going to prove that that's the law? Well, there's a statute in California about service of process and personal service. So you would put that at the end. And I don't have time to go over proper citation in this class. Okay, it should have been done in legal research. But I will give you some feedback on how I would do it after you submit your letter. Okay. Now, your conclusion section might just summarize the different ways we could effectuate service of process on Tony in Texas. I would actually probably do mini conclusions after each particular statute I dealt with. That's the way I would do it. But you can do it either way. You could just do a little mini summary after each law that you've gone over and applied it to the facts, or you could just do it at the end. We can do it this way, this way, this way, or this way. Okay. The other, as I said, the end of every letter is going to end the last paragraph. If there's going to be a sentence that says, if you have any questions or concerns, do not, or if the facts are not as stated above, do not hesitate to contact me. Okay, it's always going to end that way. And since this is a client opinion letter, it needs to be signed by the attorney, not the paralegal. And that was one of your questions on the test last week. Okay, if it's a matter pertaining to an application of the law to a particular set of facts or making a demand, okay, those are things that only attorneys can do. Okay, if you want to do those things, go to law school. Otherwise, just become a paralegal. It's probably a little less stressful. Okay, that's it for this week's video lecture. Looking forward to reading your transmittal letters tonight, and get started on this. If you have any questions, email me, or if you need to talk to face, I'm good with that as well. Okay, you guys have a great week. I'll talk to you.